Ibrahim Jambo is a colorful character out on the basketball court, but Mali here are keeping their fingers crossed, their fans, that their team is going to come out and bounce back from yesterday's disappointment. Mali falling, maybe you'd say, in an upset to Rwanda 74-70. Rwanda didn't offer too much against Nigeria in that first game. But based on the evidence and having seen Uganda play, remembering them playing back at the AfroBasket in 2015 in Tunisia, they had a pretty good ball club. They didn't win many games, but they were nevertheless a talented group. And it'll be interesting to see how they've progressed since that time. Mali, of course, basketball is big in this country. It's big not only for the men, but for the women. And this should be a good one, folks. We're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems. Okay, the national anthems have been played, and now we're getting ready for Uganda and Mali. And Coach Remy Julien Guita goes up and shakes the hand of his adversary tonight, the coach of Uganda, Coach Mandi Jiruni, Mandi Lutwama Jiruni, who was at the helm of Uganda back at the AfroBasket in 2015. Samir Abakil, Abule Kamagate, and Koku Nyamian are the referees for this game. You think that that fan's glasses are big enough? Goodness me, look at that. Must be the new style. Malians are here to have a good time tonight, and that's what it's all about. Teams trying to get to the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China, and they'll be looking to finish in the top three, both of these teams in this group, to move on to the second round. For Uganda, well, I've already mentioned them, but Stephen Omoni, number 12, Stanley Osidi, number 15. Those two guys are veterans. They have been around. You want to keep an eye on them, as well as Brandon Sebirumbi. Also Jimmy Anabu and Robinson Oduk will be in that starting 5. Josh Eric Johnson will come off the bench and play some point guard. For Mali, Kant up at the top, Jambo, 2 exciting players. Cisse, number 11, Balo, number 15, the big center. Keita, the point guard, number 16, and Balayera as well. All of those guys, well, they'll be looking to bounce back from their opening day defeat, and their starting 5 will be Balo, Diarra, Nyanta Diarra, Kant, Jambo, and Drame. So it was a bit of a shock for Mali to fall to Rwanda yesterday. And certainly the onus is on these players to bounce back and put in a good performance here from the home crowd hosting these FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. They had high hopes coming into this one, and now they've got to scrap and try to get back on track. It's going to be awfully difficult. If they don't win today, it could be a long qualifying process for Mali. They don't want to go into that game against Nigeria on the back of 2 defeats. And likewise, you'd say the same thing about Uganda. But excuse me, they don't want to go into their game against Rwanda on the back of 2 defeats. Uganda probably thinking right now they're good enough to finish 2nd in this group. They're going to have to prove it here against Mali. Against Mali first, and then against Rwanda. Coach Jiruni calling the shots and looking to bounce back from that tough loss, 16-point defeat against Nigeria. Here's Coach Guita. Look at this. This is what's special about African basketball, the crowds, I think. When you get the people come to the arena and they are really into it. Fans still coming in. We've got the drum section. We've got the cheerleading section. Look at that. We've got the dancers. And it is all about energy. Having a good time. So we're about ready to start things off. Nigeria, remember, 2-0 up at the top of the pile. And 5 teams, remember, will qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. But the first aim for all of these teams is to move from the first round into the second round. And to do that, you got to finish in the top 3 of this group. Well, welcome to Bamako, folks. Mali against Uganda. Mali in the white win the opening tip. And Kant has the ball. Gets it over to Jambo. And the initial drive to the basket is denied. Now quickly, in response, Uganda. And a reach and a foul called on Kant. You can't do that. You can't. Well, he's probably got all ball, but the referee just saw the reach. And the shot clock hasn't started for whatever reason. Had the same exact issue at the start of the previous game, although it was the clock, the game clock it wasn't. Now they've taken the 4 seconds off the shot clock. So they haven't got that shot clock to work for whatever reason. So hopefully this will be resolved. Stephen Amoni is going to inbound the ball. So many different aspects you take on board when you host a game. You got to really make sure everything is in order, and you got to have the teams, you got to have the fans, the ticket sales, you got to have the band that comes in, you got to have the clock, the people working the clock, everything working in conjunction. This thing just doesn't happen by accident. So now we're off and running. City puts up a long one. Xavier Rumby goes in there for another rebound, and Amoni. Balo has it. He's a big body. Now Kant, recognizable by that tuft of hair which he has dyed for these qualifiers. Beautiful break. Almost. The City open, and this is another one. This time a long jump shot from the Mali big Diarra, but foul now on the rebounding and on Mali, so it goes back over to Uganda. Well, the City's already missed a couple. Is he going to look to get somebody else involved? He does indeed. He hands it off, and Oduk misses. Kant pulls up. And the City with his first rebound. A nice bounce pass into Oduk rather, and the block now triggers the break from Mali. And finally we have a basket scored by the Malians. Drame got out of the break well that time. Bounce pass Sebirumbi over to the corner to Oduk. Jambo from deep. Oduk brings it across midcourt, and he was bumped by Drame. Now Osidi from the right corner, maybe this will be his spot, and it is. That was Amoni, excuse me. Stephen Amoni, got to give him some love. Kant drives in, scores. So a couple of layups for Mali. The coach will take that any day of the week. This is a city, and again, too long for him. So he has started cold. Cold as a cucumber. Kant's pass goes out of bounds. Jambo takes it back out. Drame to Kant, now inside the big. Balo coming from behind to help out was Amoni, and he is fouled. Fouled by Drame. First one is good. So we've got a tie game. It looks pretty even in this. Could be a good one from start to finish here. He makes one of two, but the city got a hand on it, knocked it out. Now Oduk has it. Penetrates, hangs in the air, and banks it in. Penetration, the drive, and the stop. And good job from Brandon Sebirumbi. Sebirumbi played his college basketball my neck of the woods, down in South Carolina, just across the border, down in Greenville. Played at Furman. And there is Osidi. That was deep, but he follows up the miss, but then he can't quite get to it. Jambo and Balo. Oduk to Osidi. Back to Oduk. Puts it on the deck, drives in, and he just is denied by big number 18 of Mali, Diarra. Kant. Kant calls the play. Gets in the lane. Back to Balo, and the big lefty puts it up. Diarra there for the board, puts it up and in. Not too much boxing out going on down there from Uganda. Moni for three. That time front back of the rim. Score 6-6. That graphic hasn't registered yet, so apologies, folks. And nice drive from Jambo. So Mali now on top, 8-6. Johnny Inabu misses, and the ball goes over to the home side. Jimmy Inabu. Timeout on the floor, and Mali lead it 8-6. Well, you got to like the energy those guys bring to the crowd. You know the players love it. So coming out of the timeout, Jambo catches it down low, and he was fouled by Jimmy Inabu. Khan inbounds it up to Diarra. Cisse also in the game now for Mali, number 11, and the jump shot is good. So Mali starting to separate themselves here just a little bit. Diarra with that jumper. Cyrus also in the game for Uganda. City misses another one. Kant over to Cisse, and Osidi grabs the rebound. That penetration was there. Now the pump fake from Kiviri. Turns, puts it up, gets it back. Now Osidi puts up another one. Still can't buy a bucket. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Uganda really struggling offensively. And Diarra gets in the lane and earns a trip to the free throw line. So City's gonna take his cool hand and go to the bench for a while, get some support from his teammates. missing the first attempt for Mali is Diarra, who's probably looked like the pick of the Mali players so far. He's come out strong today. He's got 6 points now, 4 rebounds. Rumby. Gets it to Kaviri. Passes back outside to Amoni. Gets his feet set. Good! And Guita looks up and says, who do we talk about guarding? Shake and bake, and the drive is good from Diarra. He looks tough, doesn't he? And Saviri now hits the three. He's getting in on the act. Starting to pick up a little bit. 13-12. Mali's lead cut to just 1. Coming up on the 42nd mark here in the first half. Khan answers. They can hold it for 1 if they want, but they're going to turn it over instead. Khan crosses midcourt, fakes the pass and goes in for the layup. You got to inbound it quick. You don't have time. You got to know the situation. And Uganda kind of sleepwalked through that last 20 seconds or so. First of all, they should have held it for 1 shot. They turned it over, and then they don't realize how much time is left. Have to be aware at all times what the situation is. Mali lead at 17-12 after 1. So the early shooting stats, Mali 8 of 11 inside the arc. They haven't hit a 3, whereas Uganda have the 3 3-pointers. So it's kind of a contrast in terms of the success, the methods of success for these teams. Here's some of the highlights. So the fans, the spectators, all getting into it here, as you can see, enjoying the moment. Johnson checks into the game. Gets his first minutes. Hands off the pass, number 7. And his pass to Sebi Rumbi. Didn't look like he was ready for it. And DR misses from deep. Now he gets it at the line. Tries to get inside. Comp now has it. Mali just beat him to the ball. Johnson in the corner. Comp. Now the ball goes over to Johnson up ahead. And Severi lays it up and in. The long one off target. That was Compt. And Sebi Rumbi hits a shot while falling down. Long jump shot as well, off target. And Uganda looked to edge closer. They could tie it with a 3. Amoni, Severi, well, he had an open look, so he wanted to take it, but he didn't make it. Kaviri was wide open. Uganda thought the ball's out of bounds, and the ref said you got to play. Almost put themselves into a 8-second violation. Sebi Rumbi backs up Balo. Soft touch from Sebi Rumbi, but he doesn't get the friendly roll. And oh, he was going to call the block. And then he changed his mind and called the charge. Watch this. Oh no, he called the charge from the beginning. Apologies. So Balo goes out. Pass over to Jambo. And Johnson has it. Three-pointer, good. Well, they're kind of living and dying by the 3, and right now Uganda are riding those 3-pointers. Robinson knots it at 19. Oduk. That was a sweet stroke. So Robinson Oduk has taken his tally to 5 points. Let's listen to Coach Jiruni.
Let's do this. Okay. All of this. Okay. Motion is this. This is horns. Okay. All right. And then fine. 3 sides. Okay. Just do that. Okay. Now listen. Because when you get the ball off the screen, okay? Because we are coming to the ball too much. I want you to give us the ball away to create space, okay? And then move the ball to the other side. Let him find time to cut through, okay? But don't hold him too hard.
Ceremony of the 7 points. Apiece now. Comte down the lane, and his pass seems reluctant to shoot it sometimes. He had the look. He had probably a layup. Coach is going to pull him out of the game. Rami comes back into the game, so presumably he'll bring the ball up the floor now. City. City just can't get it to fall. City is 0 of 6 from three-point range, 0 of 7 overall from the floor. And it looked like Johnson maybe got away with a reach. So they're letting him play. Tandina. Mali's really struggling to build on anything. They've almost, it seems like they've invited Uganda back into this game. Oduk puts up another one. The three-pointer is good, and Uganda take the lead. And good hands. Oduk doing it on both ends of the floor. And then the ball goes off of Mali. Robinson Oduk. That was a 3-on-1 break. Maybe he'd get rid of that if he had it again, but that was the three-pointer. Open again, and that was online, but a little bit short. Bounce pass up ahead. Oh, and the rejection. Rejection from Jambo. Not in my house, he says. This is my house. With a hashtag in front of that, of course. And ball fumbled out of bounds. Fumbled out of bounds by Uganda. Icon. Here it is. He just kind of lost his step there. Look, folks, go to worldcup.basketball to read news, features, game reports, stats, see press conferences, videos. It's all there, as well as uploading the app, FIBA Basketball World Cup app, into your smartphone. Good, sweet turn inside from Sumaoro. Uganda now on top by 1. Osidi again having an almighty struggle shooting the basketball today. Jambo puts up an air ball, but then the outlet pass to Johnson got away from him. Now the game gets pretty sloppy. Oh, wide open on the baseline. He passed to Okello. Not Johnson. There's Okello. He's got it, but he gets rejected by Balo. Balo says no go. Not here. This is my house. really getting into it for Mali. And shot clock violation. There wasn't enough time. I don't think Uganda were aware of it. What they're telling his players the movement that he wants and their schemes. And the drive and the reach and the foul. So Balayera will have an opportunity to go to the free throw line. Throws put Mali back in front. City for three. Will it finally be? Yes, it is. Well, you got to tip your hat to him. I mean, he keeps putting them up. He hasn't lost his confidence. Three-pointer no good. So Uganda's shading it right now. And they really do seem to try to set up for those threes, but good defense for both, and alert play from Uganda to make sure he didn't get the over and back. Oduk drives in, misses the shot. Osidi crashes the boards, but the ball goes out of bounds. Trame just loses it and allows the break. Oduk is going to pull up, but his attempt goes off the back of the iron. Balayera, three in transition. And Mali go back in front. A tale of 2 3-pointers. One of them stayed out for Uganda, the other one fell. So Mali go back on front, in front. And now City's pass is picked off. Balayera. Balayera just hit one. You might want to get it back to him. Here he is. He's got his feet set. Nope. He's going to drive, and then he turns it over. That was him pulling up and hitting the three there. And a salute to the crowd. City again, another three. Now he's starting to feel it. You might want to give him another touch the next time down. Balayera. And not quite able to get hold of the ball was Stephen Amoni. So the ball goes out of bounds. We've got timeout here in the final minute.
Hey, il reste 13 sur la possession. Regarde, derrière, on n'encaisse pas un panier. On a des fautes à donner, on n'a qu'une faute d'équipe. On a 3 fautes à donner, on n'encaisse pas de panier derrière. D'accord? Donc on fait des fautes. Dès qu'il y a des mecs, on recule. Dès qu'il y a des intentions de drive, boum, on coupe. Ok? Sur la touche là. Mam. Ils vont se mettre en zone. On remise à Mam. On va jouer fist-up. Tu donnes, tu redonnes. Et tu mets le pic ici. C'est Samba qui fait la remise. Et tu viens là. Hop. Ok? Quand tu restes là. Et tu continues là en bas. Passe, tu donnes. Vite, direct.
So the Rwanda players looking on here as they prepare to face Uganda tomorrow. So they want to see what they look like. And the penetration, very poor defense and a missed layup. Oh, almost a walk. And Amoni comes in, misses. Final 15 seconds now. Five seconds, 4, 3, 2, and on the baseline, and the miss leaves Uganda leading at 28-26. At halftime, so those are the shooting numbers from the first half, and the big difference clearly is that Uganda, even though they missed a lot of threes early, they've stuck with it and they have buried several to basically give them the edge in that score. They're being out-rebounded, but a lot of basketball still to be played. So we're at halftime, and it's Uganda leading at 28-26 over host Mali. Well, it is an entertaining game, really. 28-26, Uganda on top of Mali. Mali opened up a little bit of a lead early, but they weren't able to step on the accelerator. And Uganda, who were kind of living behind the three-point arc, finally started drilling some of their shots and have finally taken the lead 28-26 at halftime. I mean, it's not like either, they've been convincing. A lot of basketball still to be played. 5 teams from Africa will make it to the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and both of these teams have designs on being one of them. I would say probably both of these teams are outsiders to make it, but you never know. You got to play the games. It's the players that decide, not the media, not the hype. And we are about ready to start proceedings here in this second half. Remember, you want to watch any highlights or any press conferences, videos, whatever, you want to go to the World Cup app. You can load it into your smartphone, FIBA Basketball World Cup app, or you can go to worldcup.basketball. Second half action underway here in Bamako, and host Mali trying to avoid an 0-2 start in their FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers campaign. Jar was open. He's hit one before. He's hit a jump shot before, but he hasn't hit the three. Now Kant takes it. Shot clock violation. So it goes back over to Uganda. And now a foul out on the perimeter on Soimorio. Well, Jimmy knows best. Ginny Inabu pulls up and gives Uganda now a 4-point lead. See if this home team can get anything going to the basket. And boy, they got a break there. The ball fell kindly to Jambo, and then again to Diarra. Now the ball is stuck in between the rim and the backboard. So not a promising start at all for the hosts. Good hands from a city to put Jambo off of his shot. And Inabu drives into the lane and draws the foul. foul has been called. So they initially called a foul, but it'll be nevertheless Uganda ball. So Drame was right. He went out and complained to the referee saying the other guy says there's no foul. Moni. Basiti, Sebi Rubu, and Sebi Rumbi rather. And he's stopped and draws the foul from Diarra. So Sebi Rumbi does go to the free throw line. And he misses his first attempt. Sebi Rumbi makes one of two. Khan brings it forward. Mali starting to dig themselves a little bit of a hole here. They need to be careful. Need to get a good shot. Diarra drives in. And again, a little bit out of control. Outlet, up it goes. Oh, beautiful finish from Robinson Eduk. Now it's a 7-point advantage. Robinson Oduk, 10 points. Jambo. Jambo again, and that one looked better, but still a little bit long. Robinson Oduk rebounds it. Up to Inabu, and Inabu took some contact and earned a trip to the free throw line. He made sure to get the contact with Jambo. Inabu misses the first one. You want to take advantage right now when you've got the momentum. If you're Uganda, you want to punish, but they're now 2 of 4 at the free throw line, 3 of 5. And their opponents are 3 of 4 at the line. So Drame goes out. Biggest lead of the game for Uganda, 8 points. And that is going to cure their ills if they can hit some more like that. Balayeta. No, that was Keita, excuse me. And now Jambo. And then following was Sumauro. And just like that, the lead has been trimmed. Just 3 points. Moni misses, but the offensive rebound and putback, nope, they're not going to call it. They're going to say Sebi Rumbi's attempt came after the whistle. Coach Girouni signaling the play. And a City almost, he's barely able to get his hands on it. Hands it off to Moni. Moni took some contact. Oh, boy. He managed to get the shot off And a foul was called on Sumauro. He needs to be careful he doesn't remonstrate too much. He'll get a technical foul called on him in no time. Conte telling his teammate he's got to pipe down and he can't afford to have a technical foul in this situation. Trying to come back, not put him on the line for more free throws and possession. Oh, City follows up the missed free throw. And the coach says there was a push. I'm not sure. And goes back to a 6-point lead. 8 points for City now. Diarra hits a three-pointer. Well, he's tried, and now he's drilled one. Now Diarra bumps Sebi Rumbi and commits the foul. Long way from the basket. Look at this. He's looked pretty confident out there, to be honest. So Sebi Rumbi goes to the free throw line, and that was an unnecessary foul. And it's really interesting. I mean, look at this. Mali over the limit with 5:52 remaining. And Sebi Rumbi capitalizes by making both free throws. Be interesting to see how many more trips to the line they get with fouls. Oh, the air ball now. They've released early. Inabu. Nobody got back from Mali. Kant down low, Sumo Auramo, and Jambo fumbles it away as well. Now Inabu goes back to his left, hangs in the air, is able to push the ball through the defender, and I think Uganda caught a break there. No, that's right. It is going to be Mali possession. It's been a difficult game for Jambo. Only 2 points, 1 of 11 from the floor. That is a nightmare. They depend on him to do a lot. Three-pointer is good from Keita. Well, Keita has demonstrated an ability to put the ball in the basket today. His second three-pointer. Kant drives all the way down the line, all the lane, misses the shot. And long jump shot, I believe, from Inabu. And now it's 43-37. Diarra tries his luck from the corner. Osidi misses. They get on the ground. Diarra has it, crosses midcourt. Game gets a little crazy, and Diarra puts it up. Foul was called before, I think. Nope, they're going to give him the foul. They're going to give him the free throws. So Diarra, this is with the first attempt. Veteran Amoni comes out, catches a breather. And Abu's kind of the man of the moment for Uganda. And now the pressure, the trap, and it leads to an opportunity. Can't. Surely this is what Mali needs to do. They need to really get after Uganda. That's what I would do. They didn't look good in that situation right there at all. Bounce pass. Good finish from Mauro. Three-point game now. Inabu traipses down the lane, and Mauro gets the block. Both teams going after it. Jump ball has been called. Mauro making plays on both ends of the floor now. This was him going for the rejection. This is my house, he says. Balayeta ties it up with a three-pointer. That defense is becoming much more active for Mali, and you can see it's causing problems for Uganda. Robinson Oduk is going to go take a seat. Sirius is going to come back into the game. Before that, we've got a timeout.
Let's keep it together. Multiple screens, multiple movements. Okay,
24 points in the paint for Mali, just 12 for Uganda, but it's not a surprise. We saw them attack offensively in the first half with their three-point shooting. 20 points from the bench from Mali. We talked about Jambo's struggles. It's the guys coming off the bench that are getting it done today. Naba's been good here in the second half, and he really needs to do the business. now, especially with Mali upping their pressure. They're going to need him to make sure they can get the ball across midcourt. So Mauro catches it, and now a chance for a three-point play. They were down by 8 points, but right now they are by far the better team. That was one of their best offensive possessions, one of their best possessions of the game. And now Uganda failed to box out on the missed free throw. They better wake up quickly, or Mali could run away. Keita for three. Again, far more active on the boards are Mali. And that was off target. Balallero. Keita, and now the steal and the dunk. No, it's Keita just lays it up. Boy, they have turned this thing right around. Inabu passes out to a City who goes in. Scrapped for the rebound and a foul called. So free throws coming for Uganda. Has to come out. Every free throw vital now as they try to come back, and misses both. But at least Uganda this time are able to get an offensive rebound. And that helps them because they get a three-pointer out of it. Ikong. Final minute of the third quarter. Another three-pointer is good. Look at the excitement. Oh, they find their man down low, Ikong, and he gets fouled. So Ikong kind of giving an unexpected lift, but he doesn't sink the free throw. Now into the corner. And Uganda over to Johnson. Hits a three-pointer, and Uganda go back in front. Diarra tries a three. Now Johnson's got to chuck one up quickly. He gets it off in time, but wasn't close enough. It's Uganda leading it by 1 point. 10 minutes remaining. Look at this. Love the fan reaction.
Gardez de l'alternance, même si on met un tir ou deux, on s'enflamme pas à faire que du shoot, du concours de tir, on alterne. Maintenant on fait fake, il monte, on drive, on donne les carrières.
(51-50) Uganda. They were teetering there, but they seemed to stabilize things right at the end of the third quarter. Look at that man. Not sure what to read into that. Well, here's some of the highlights, and that was an eventful third quarter, that's for sure. Back to live action now. Johnson. Oh, drives in and gets to the line as well. I'm not sure that Mali saw him taking on. Look at this. And the free throw is good. Into the corner, Drame. And Kalayeta misses, and City with the rebound. And all of a sudden, that three-pointer from Johnson, three-point play rather. City on the baseline, and he rattles one in. Just like that, it's a 6-point lead. And finally, Jambo gets one to fall on the baseline. Drive and the miss, but the aggression. And again, Uganda seemed to be waking up here, and Ikong has been instrumental, hasn't he? free throw is good. Well, Uganda really looked like they were in trouble late in the third quarter, but they seem to have found a new gear. Drive and the miss. Johnson has the ball, gets it to Kaviri. Crucial game when you consider you want to finish in the top 3 of the group to advance. And Kaviri was out of bounds there. Here's Kaviri is going to go out. You need to finish in the top 3 just to get to the second round, and you want to get victories over teams as well that also advance. So both these teams starting on the back foot. Nice runner. Mali cut it back to a 4-point deficit. Mauro, who brought a lot of energy to the table in that third quarter, picks up the foul. Keita's been good, hasn't he? Three-point attempt from Robinson Odok, no good, but then Mali Jambo can't rebound it. It goes out of bounds. Johnson has it up high. Remember, he had that one move for the three-point play. Sebi Rumbi. And he just loses it. So Mauro just takes it away. Here's Jambo again. Oh, Jambo went up for the dunk. And then he crashed hard. Landed, it appears, awkwardly, perhaps on his hand. Watch this. He goes up and makes no mistake. And then he just kind of landed on his side. The coach was appealing for a foul, I think. Oh no, they're saying he has to come out. Well, he can come out and then go right back in. That's what the coach is telling him. Well, Diarra comes back into the game. Weeta's got his work cut out for him here in this fourth quarter. So does Jiruni. It's been a tight game pretty much from start to finish. And another foul on Mali. So free throws are now coming for Uganda. They are in the bonus early in the fourth quarter. Foul on Drame. Look at that, more than 7 minutes remain, and already Uganda are in the bonus. So I don't think it killed them earlier in this game when they got into the bonus early, but if that's an option to go to the line every time, You have to think Uganda will take it. So Oduk makes both free throws. Johnson comes out. Good minutes from him. Jimmy Inabu back into the game. And then Sebirumbi reaches in, ties him up. Balayera misses with the drive. But Mali seems to keep getting the ball back, and eventually they're going to punish him. Again, another long rebound goes out to Mali. Keita pulls up for three. Good. Well, you get 3 or 4 bites at the cherry. You know eventually it's going to go in. And Keita's been one of the best players for Mali without question. 60 now to 59. Sebirumbi catches it. Sebirumbi just looks a little tired out there. Drame for 3 off the back of the iron. Oduk, they don't want to foul. They'll put him on the line. Oduk got hemmed in underneath the rim and the backboard there. Put up a difficult shot and missed it. Drame out to the wing. And Oseti gets the rebound. Moni's going to check in on the next dead ball for Uganda. Inabu fouled while attempting the three-pointer. Jimmy Inabu has been pretty influential here in this 4th quarter. And he is able to get to the free throw line for 3 free throws. This is a good substitution. Sebirumbi's lost his energy. He just looks dead tired. So they're going to bring Amoni back in. No pressure, only leading by 1 in a World Cup qualifier. He makes the first one. Makes 2. Well, that was a costly, costly foul by Jambo. And Inabu only makes 2 of 3 in the end. Kant. And the whistle blew before. It's a good move, though, from Tandina. So Mauro trying to finish it, but look at this. Not sure why the whistle blew there, to be honest. Looked like it should have been good. Conte drives to his left. 3-point attempt is good. We got a tie game. Tandina, after that good move previously, now City hits a three. Guita's wondering, this is never easy, is it? Kant takes a three. Amoni grabs the board. Oduk, Robinson, Oduk banks it in for Uganda. 67-62. Plenty of time. Keita's been hot. And now he has been fouled while shooting a three-pointer. So 3 free throws coming for the hosts. So Keita goes to the line, and perhaps more than any other player offensively anyway, he's been carrying him here a little bit in the second half. So 3 free throws. And he is just money in the bank, isn't he? So 2-point game. Free throws slow to register there on the graphic. Apologies. And Nabu then has the ball knocked away by Jambo. Keita then has it stolen from behind. The game breaks up a frenetic pace. And then the follow is good from Oduk. Robinson Oduk. Get ready for a furious finish. Osidi ties up Jambo. Who's got possession? 3 minutes, 33 seconds. And Guiti wants to talk about it with his Mali players. Well, this game vital for Mali. I mean, they've got Nigeria coming up tomorrow. They cannot afford to lose this one heading into that game, because everybody knows how good Nigeria are. You know, Uganda's prospects a lot more promising when you consider if they could sneak a win today and then go up and play Rwanda. It'll be played tomorrow at the first game, and then Nigeria will play Mali in the second. Well, Keita has certainly done his part in all of this. I mean, he's been terrific. But they've got to get some stops. They just did. And now they got to get some pops. Oh, and the alley-oop pass to Jambo on the inbounds play. And now Oduk double dribbles and turns it back over to Mali.
Look at this play right here. Jambo, true to his name, and the fans can hardly believe it. Jambo at his Jambo and best. Now here he is again, this time denied by a city. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open on the right, Keita! He has done it all tonight. City, bounce pass. Jimmy Anabu coming from the weak side of Moni, but Sumauro does a good job of boxing out. Mali coming out of the timeout have already scored twice, and now they're looking to land another, perhaps a dagger from 3. No, it's going to be Jambo on the baseline, and Jiruni calls timeout. Look at it, they're jumping for joy. Mali are alive and kicking. Well, it took a while for Jambo to come to the party, but now that he's come, he is in a festive mood. And this is where it's going to be very difficult for Uganda. They've got to get some execution. Well, here, look at the highlights. And that was a big three-pointer from Keita. Here's another one. He's just been smoking hot. Absolutely. Those guys have been, somebody should stand up and applaud them. They've been amazing. The music section, the band, the dancers. Moni brings it up the court, guarded by Keita. Almost a turnover. Ositi, oh, incredible! Ositi takes the 3, he makes it, and he's also hit on the play. He will go to the line for a potential 4-point play. Just business as usual, folks. When these African nations face each other, there's always a twist in the tail. Look at that. And then he makes it to tie the game. It's 72. The whiff of overtime is in the air now. No doubt about it. Kante dribbles between his legs, gets inside the lane. He's going to go up. He's going to score. What a gutsy move. And now inside, and Icon Boy continues to put the ball in the basket. Jambo's got it. Jambo's going to go to work. He's going to pass it over to Keita. Shot clock winding down. Khan's got to put it up. And they called a foul. Or did they? Well, it's Uganda possession. It was right at the end of the shot clock. I thought he heard a whistle before the shot clock expired. Another three-point attempt. Osidi almost with the rebound. Ledok drives in, scores on a brilliant move to the basket. Well, Robinson Odog, he's got some, you know what, some oomph in his game.
There's no way you can react to the man when he's running. Okay, first deny him. Okay, slide him hard. When you have two fouls, okay, slide hard. You shouldn't be going to the basket. Okay, get down low and slide your man hard. Got
No help, coach. Go and walk.
Okay, check out number 16.
Number 16.
Okay,
He don't.
all right.
How are they going to respond now, having done so well to come back to take the lead, only for the Osidi four-point play to really take the wind, or to at least swing the momentum back a little bit. I mean, it was the perfect play drawn up by Jiruni coming out of the timeout. Just seeing players from both teams make plays on the offensive end. Look at him. They're dissecting it play by play. She's like, they're going to commit the foul. Here we go. Let's see. Keita's going to inbound it. We just saw Khan moving to the basket, doing very well, scoring. I think you got to get the ball to Keita the way he's been shooting it. Khan's got it. He's just going to go in hard to the basket and tie it. Final seconds. Final minute. Odog drives in. He's blocked, but he gets it back, or his teammate does. And now Jimmy Anabu has it. We are tied at 76. What a finish. Inabu, cross court, Odog, and they do not get the shot off in time. Can you believe it? What a mental breakdown. And now Mali have it. Well, you have to give it back to Khan. He looks so effective, going to the basket twice now. So give it to Kante.
But the first thing is to deny your man from getting the ball, obviously.
No back doors, guys. No back doors.
Hey, one possession, guys. One stop.
Well, this is what you live for, playing for your country in these great moments at the end of games and World Cup qualifiers with a chance to win, a chance to be a part of your country's history. Now they've got fouls to give. So now 10.6 seconds remain. And they've got another one to give. And for Mali, you don't want to wait too long. I mean, you got to attack to put them under pressure to make them foul you. They're making their job easy. They're just going to foul. They're not going to leave them any time on the clock. Kant puts it up for three. Oh! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! The gods have answered the prayer. The three-pointer has fallen through. Heartbreaking situation for Uganda. The three rattled the rim and went up, and the hero is Kante at the end. Look at this again. What a way to win a basketball game at the end. You have to be thinking they're going to put the ball on the deck and go to the basket, but they settled for taking a three-pointer, and they have won in front of their home fans. They will now go in tomorrow's game with a lot of confidence against Nigeria. Uganda, meanwhile, have fallen to 0-2. They will go up against Rwanda. Kante's going to be lauded for at least 24 hours, but he's got to forget this one and get ready for the next one. That's the way it goes, folks. How good was Keita? He was terrific. Probably my player of the game, the way he played. Boy, what about a heartbreaking result for Uganda? They had their chances. They can't complain. Game stats. Uganda ended up both teams with 10 threes. Uganda had a lot more success at the line. And turnovers pretty comparable. Pretty even game overall. It was close from start to finish. Well, that was exciting. I mean, that was exciting. It was a bit brutal in the end for Uganda, but see, Keita ended up with the 22, so he was terrific. Odak had 18. Had no complaints with his performance either. I mean, he was outstanding. Keita also doing it on the defense with the 2 steals. And also 15 points for Kante there. He really turned on the style in that fourth quarter. Diarra had 11. I think Kante needs to look for his shot more. I mean, he's clearly looking to set up his teammates much more than shoot. But if he were to look for his shot, because he did look for his shot in that fourth quarter, and he was making he made 3 huge plays, including getting that game winner to fall. Amazing what a win will do in terms of putting smiles on the faces of a team. I mean, they are, look at this. They are in such a great mood now. I mean, what a thrill it must be. This is my house. This is all about coming home to play in front of the fans. Taking a break from the club season and go and win one for your country. Look at that. And now everybody wants a photo with you. Look at that. Look what it's doing for basketball in Mali to win a game like that. Nigeria will be big favorites. There's no doubt about it. But you still got to play the game. Anything can happen. And as long as they come out and play hard, they'll have a chance. So Some highlights here. Keita. Remember, Jambo ended up coming back and having a decent fourth quarter. So Mauro played well. Diarra provided a little bit of impetus from the perimeter. Jimmy Inabu, he was solid tonight for Uganda. Kante was tough. You know, Uganda had that last possession where they could have reclaimed the lead. Don't forget the Osity 4-point play, which tied it late. Just what a dramatic finish. Some huge plays made from both teams here at the end of the game. It ultimately decided by the man with the plan, Kante, getting the three-pointer to rattle the rim, go up and come down. Keita was outstanding. Look at that. Another look from that corner three-pointer. Jambo hit that one on the baseline. Don't forget that thunderous alley-oop jam from Jambo. That was the 4-point play, and it looked like it was going to be their night. But Kante has just made play after play at the end of the game, including this one. Could have caught a foul there. Perhaps unfortunate not to get one. And then this happened, and all of Mali erupted. The agony of defeat for Uganda, but the ecstasy of victory. And maybe the thrill of victory. What a game. 79-76, Mali win it over Uganda. Thanks for watching, folks.